Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Our Stock Trade. So, in this video, we're going to go ahead and take a different stance. And I think it's an important one because it's based off of data and facts. So, if you don't recall, this year, NVIDIA is up 168%. Um, is it Jumia is up, 180%. And you go ahead and look at Oscars up 106%. So a lot of stocks are doing well. And if you go ahead and look at, like, for example, SoFi is down negative 29%, right? But if you go ahead and look at the 5 year and go from January 1st, right around here, January kind of 1st, 6th of 2023, and go all the way up to December of the last day of the year, you could see SoFi was up 115%. Now, unfortunately, a lot of retail investors, they don't have a lot of thesis. They don't understand. They don't know a lot of companies. So, when you have a gain like this, Wall Street cycles in and out of stocks like Wingstop and all these other ones, and so this year it dropped 31%. So, I'm sure retail thought it was going to continue going up. And I'm not saying it can't. It's just Wall Street plays games. Valuation sometimes, Mr. Market doesn't get you where you need to be in terms of the intrinsic value. Show me the money. How you doing, Brent Roberts? How you doing, AF? I don't know, I'm happy you're here. So the point that I'm making right now is the market overall has been pretty frothy. I mean, if you go ahead and look at the SPY, we're at all-time highs. QQQ are at all-time highs. And interestingly, if you were to look at the bottom in October of 2023, we're up 32% on the S&P 500. And if you were to look at the QQQ, we're up 38.73%. And if you go ahead and look at the Russell, we're up approximately 24.44%. So overall, guys, the market has been pretty frothy. And, these types of 150 days is when the October 2023 lows happened. And you can see, the last time we've achieved such ratios in terms of high returns was back in 2017, 2018, right before we had that correction. Now, we just came out of a correction, but remember, the market's pretty much, like, for example, if you don't recall, Meta corrected. Meta went all the way from 376 all the way down to $90. And then, Jim Cramer was saying how he's sad. It was the perfect time to buy. That was a 75% correction. Okay. And then since the October lows, we've pretty much erected almost 5x. We're at $500 now. I mean, from the peak to peak, we're up 33%, which is right around where the S&P 500 is. I'm not saying there's going to be a correction. I'm just saying, you know what? Savvy investors right now that are on Wall Street are looking at this right now and are going to want to secure these profits, right? Because they don't want to lose them, right? I mean, this is hard work to earn money here, right? I mean, especially holding during this downturn while everyone's telling you sell. So I believe June is going to be very positive. I think we're going to hit 5,500 on the S&P for sure. We're still going to break out of all-time highs. What I'm saying is the last time we've achieved such of these things, investors have become complacent. So we may see some volatility in the short term, but interestingly, small caps we believe are going to do well and pretty much outperform, as well as kind of the REITs and whatnot, which other people have been looking at. So it's important to kind of look at this because, the market's pretty frothy. Everyone and their mama now is wanting to be in the market again. In fact, someone on Reddit just said that if GME hits 100, they're going to drink their own urine. That is true. So if you go ahead and take a look at Uh, oh, we posted it here yesterday. Somebody posted it. I'm like, oh, here we go. If we go up here, let's kind of go up here. I don't know if I can find it. Here it is. No, no, this is the older one. So this guy already drank his urine. This is when GME first squeezed. Try to see if I can find it. Here it is. There it is. So this person posted, and this was 2 days ago. If GME hits $100, I will upload a video of me drinking my own, urine and scream GME to the moon. So, when you start seeing markets act like this, they're starting to act irrational. Now, you may be sitting here and saying, well, that's cool, Al, but, I'm here holding Clove. And yeah, I mean, I'm up, you know, was it from the bottom here? I'm up, what, 59%? I'm happy, but I still want this to go up. Well, fundamentally, they're about to shift. And I think the market, in terms of large caps, like, what people know of, NVIDIA, Meta, a lot of these stocks are going to get to a point of, are they still going to perform? I mean, like NVIDIA is $3 trillion. Meta is 1.228 trillion. Now, Tesla just went ahead and bounced because of the vote that, they're going to pay Elon what he deserves. And I believe he deserves that because he did something remarkable. But I would say, in terms of kind of a correction, we may get a dip opportunity, but the question is, when is the correction going to happen? I mean, the markets could go all the way up and continue going up. The whole comment of, markets are irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So the idea here is, it depends, when is the musical chairs going to stop? And luckily, people that are in our stock terminal, I got access to institutional data, so I will make sure to see what these big hedge funds and Wall Street folks are thinking in terms of when is the music going to stop, because that's going to help. But just from me looking at the market, and again, not financial advice, what I think is going to happen is, and I feel like everyone has this opinion, is it's honestly common sense, but I'm going to say it. Well, I think we're all going to die. I'm just kidding. Like, what? No, I'm just kidding. So I think, I think the interest rates are going to go down by maybe one cut, maybe this year. But a lot of the cuts are all going to, I kind of threw you off there, guys. You're like, wait, what? Next year, I think 2025, a lot of cuts are going to happen, and maybe even into 2026. And then the small, I think that all this money of trillions of dollars is going to find its way, but I think it's going to find its way into stocks that are undervalued, and stocks that are really kind of like haven't been moving a lot this year. It might find itself into SoFi. I don't know, but I think Clover is going to be one of them, given that there's an opportunity that lies intrinsically that is quite different than any other market, in terms of what's happening with Meta, Jumia. The healthcare sector is ripe for disruption. And like I told you, AF brings it up. So if you go back to the beginning of our YouTube channel in the beginning of the year, I don't know if I could, if I can find it. So again, I don't like kind of what YouTube's done here, but people think that I'm not making videos because you look at like 6 months ago, but I do lives, right? You got to hit the live button. So if you go back kind of the beginning of the year, we talked about kind of our SMCI. How's that doing? SMCI. We called that stock out when it was trading at nothing. when it was trading here. Yeah, we called that stock out actually before in our semiconductors. Yeah, this thing's like 2000. This is this is a 20 bagger. Yeah, nice. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Again, very excited. We're doing well here, but what I wanted to go back is I wanted to go back into oh yeah, that's our portfolio. Oh no, this was our annual report. Kind of give the State of the Union address here. I'm trying to find kind of what we were talking about earlier on in the year. So if you don't recall, I don't know if I can find the video, but we were issuing kind of like our predictions for the market. And this is funny. And we were saying how um, in a presidential election cycle, the market actually rips. The market does really well. I mean, I guess it's 6 months ago, so we're gonna have to kind of find it here. It's somewhere around here. Uh, oh yeah, we talked about small caps, how they exploded, which is true from, the low. But, we talked about, this is golf. We talked about it a little bit regarding the election cycle. It's probably within one of our videos here. I don't recall. We did a good price target on Robinhood. That went well. I think that went up hundreds of percents, pretty much doubled, if not tripled. Um, yeah. One of these things we talked about the presidential, and I think like it's just easier for me we wrote an article about it too. And I think we would have to kind of, I mean, that's good. It tells you the dates here. So I guess we could just kind of scroll down and kind of figure out kind of what we talked about. Small caps, our picks, uh post Fed, anything with president. Here, we'll type in Mr. Presidente here. Huh. Well, we had a graph that talked about the presidential election cycles, and in the beginning of the year, we said that the presidential election cycles are going to be. In fact, what am I doing? Let me just go to my research edge here. Let's go. How about this? Let's just go here. Let's go in research edge election. So, this was back in March. I mean, we have it kind of all. We were talking like in January here. So here, I don't know if you guys can read this, so you guys can see, like, 'cause sometimes a lot of YouTubers bullshit, and I understand, so it's kind of showing like kind of my work. So once January is over, we believe that this new all-time high will be short-lived, as we will have consistent stated that first half of 2024, based on former election cycles, indicate volatility, but the gains will be met in the second half of the year. Interestingly, this year we had a little dip, and then now we're at all-time highs. And if you were to go here, whoopsies, if we were to go here, and if we were to read this is where the money is. This was where to go? Yeah, right here. So in March 14, I said, you know, the market experienced unease this week. Remember how I said the market's going to fall a little bit and then rebound, right? The second half of the election cycle. So then I said the projection for the S&P 500 indicate that it could fluctuate between 5,300 to 5,500. In line with our earlier analysis, we anticipated we talked about the election cycle, then we talked about the $6 trillion. So you guys have to remember, like, if you go to the S&P 500 and just kind of do this research here, and if we go to 6 months from now, no one was talking like when the market beginning of the year, just so we can give context, right? Because people forget. Let me just zoom in. The beginning of the year, the market was trading at $4,700, right, for the S&P 500. No one thought it was going to be 5,500, right? And here we are, here we are now next to 54.33, where the S&P is finishing up a new record, and here we are with our data, doing our due diligence, and our research is top notch. And here it is now. Everyone's like, oh yeah, of course it's 50, of course it's going to be 5,500. Well, if you were to ask people here, they don't believe that, because why would they when the market was stagnant for 2022? So again, sometimes working hard actually helps. I do believe kind of 5,500 is when we're going to get that slingshot end. It could go up more. I don't think it will. Maybe 5,550, but I wouldn't say, I would be. I think we're approaching near a top. I wouldn't say it could go more, because again, the market can become irrational again. There's people drinking pee. You know what I mean? So, what do I know, right? But all I'm telling you, based off my research, how if you stretch a rubber band, we're kind of in that point where I want to see a rebound if we're in a healthy market. I don't want to go up all the way, because then this maneuver here is quite this is quite crazy, right? This little dip here no one knows about. This little small little dip here. Everyone, where's that dip? Little dip here. If you look at that little tiny tip, it's nothing. Because this thing just exploded. So anyhow, we talked. Our research is legit. As you can see, we were talking about, a $5,500 price target on the S&P, when it was trading at, 40, actually, 4,600, 4,700. So, if you go to other YouTubers, they're YouTubers. They don't do research, right? I mean, look, I don't have time to, give you guys some graphics, and I'm not like an editor, right? I do equity analysis research at night, and then I do medicine during the day, and sometimes I do both. I do both at I do medicine at night too, because medicine's hard. So that's kind of what I was gonna say here in regards to like just like for my companies that I'm doing well on. Again, not financial advice, but I might be trimming some profits right now, because everyone's trying to look at Nvidia right now and try to tumble it down. Everyone's trying to short this thing now. I'm sure the short interest is going to go high on this soon. I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's smart, given that they can just create a new chip, but yeah. So how you doing, RWK? Oh yeah. So this person's drinking piss here. Where is he? There it is. This guy's drinking. This guy commented. I'm sure. Oh yeah, 3 days ago, this guy posted it. I don't know if it's the same guy who drank the original pee. And you can look up that video on your own. I'm not putting it on my YouTube. That's like disgusting. I started gagging, and I'm trying to enjoy some lunch after this right now. You know what I mean? So, but and he's saying that if it hits above 110, you tell me what to do. I mean, this guy's insane. I mean, it's just insane. This is like this is nothing. Like this has nothing on Las Vegas, right? This is some crazy people. How you doing, Patrick? Clover too tired of. Oh, I know, man. I know. It's a good company. It takes time. Just calm down and take a sip of your drink. This could take a few months. Jesus. Yeah, so that's crazy. People are crazy, man. People are crazy. So, overall, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you. Again, if you like our research, and if you've looked at what we've been talking about regarding stocks and our research and our stock terminal, again, there's a coupon code that'll be I don't know when it's going to be expiring. I have to check, but we put it up. It's going to expire soon, but I don't know when. You can use the coupon code SAS to get $1,000 off lifetime access. And the cool part is you can use a firm to turn it into a monthly, so you can have lifetime access to institutionally graded data and and then research. You know what I mean? So you can get some nice research, and just kind of just to my thoughts on the market. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but just also it gives you access to this community of like-minded people who want to better themselves. So again, that's what we're trying to build here, because once you have access to this information, once you know this, Like, if you don't recall, Walgreens, if you guys don't remember, we were looking at Walgreens and I was looking at the free cash flow and I said, easy, easy. This stock was doing in its heydays in 2015, but you wanted to get out here. And it gave warning signs, and then you could see how the fundamentals can help you with the technicals. So it's kind of like using both, right? So, oh wow, I'm drinking 4 years straight. Jesus, fire ho! Oh Lord, 1,000 off. Wowzers, that's a deal. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, trying to be able to help and bring on as many people as possible in the future as we build, because it's still in beta access. I mean, this thing's not done. I mean, this thing's going to take. I mean, it took me 10 years to more than 10, to understand this whole market. Take that and be able to help someone go from zero to hero in a month, less than, depending how fast I watch videos. That takes time to build. And I had to build the data because I couldn't rely on Yahoo Finance or all these other, a-holes, because they are giving out terrible data, and Morningstar removed the 10-year financial data. So I had to, I had to build everything from scratch. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. We'll build everything from scratch, which is honestly better. Hey, stop. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you hear that. Bloody murder. Hold on. All right, anywho, guys. So that's all I have for you guys. Enjoy this video and take a look at our stock terminal, alstocktrades.com. I'm going to go see what's going on with this dog here. Hey. It's okay. It's okay. This is how I talk. All right. Well, I love you guys. And just a nice little warning video. The casino's getting too frothy right now. People are drinking different beverages that are a bit weird. And just take a look. Take a look. I call it the how the Warren Buffett has his own indicator. I call this the urine indicator. All right, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Love you too.